So I made a video about my top 5 passive income dApps, and HORDE was one of them, right? But just before I was publishing that video, they actually completely changed the rules, and now we need to talk about what's changed with HORDE. It is still one of my favorite passive income dApps, but they have half the rewards. That's right, but not completely. It's a little bit confusing, so I'm going to walk you through what the rule changes have been on HORDE, how I think it's going to affect the future of HORDE, why they did it, and I'm going to show you my strategy for what I'm doing in the future. So firstly, let's have a look at how I'm doing in the platform. So coming into it, you can see that I have 9 claimable, but I haven't claimed this since the announcement because this has come up. Mutation is active. All HORDE plots are infected. Don't worry, it's not a problem. If a claim is made, your plot, your stone, or your rune will mutate. By mutating, that means if I press claim here, the ones, some of them, most of my HORDE plots, my nodes are going to mutate, which will then mean that they give out less rewards daily. They give out half what they were before. So all rewards will be halved, but your payout is not halved. It will just take, that means it'll take double long for you to get your full rewards, which were promised for when you purchase your plot, right? So essentially they're slowing down the payment coming from your plots, paid out in HORDE token, of course. They've also added a tax, further tax to the HORDE token. There used to be a 10% tax on it, but now the tax has changed. There's a 20% tax if the price is below 100. Now, since this announcement, the price has been below 100, right? Continually below 100. So now essentially there's always going to be a 20% tax on HORDE, unless they can pump the price somehow. 10% tax if the price is above 100 to 104, and a 0% tax if it's over 104. So they've added all of these different taxes and also reward reduction for a simple reason that if they continued the way they were doing, they almost have 40,000 plots, which is $4 million paid out daily, right? So they couldn't afford to keep doing this. It would have meant that their fund, their treasury, would have been sent to zero very quickly. How do I know this? You need to use this analytics site for most of these things because it's just fantastic. Just type in the project you like, and it will usually have it, right? So here is HORDE. So here you can see that HORDE has $35 million locked in TVL, but their liquidity management service has $1.7 million in it. At the all-time high, we were sitting just above $2 million. So there is a $500,000 missing from this. And you can see here just the inflow coming in from the LMS is falling, right? So this is when they began to cut the rewards was, yeah, just about here. So we saw this sharp decline coming up to the 10th. Okay, coming up to about the 13th and the 14th, this is when they changed the reward structure, and you see they have managed now to slow down the bleed on the LMS. Because if the LMS goes to zero, there's no more rewards for your for your plots, because the price of HORDE token will go to zero, meaning that your plots are not worthless. Is what's happened, right? So that's why they did it. They did it to try and stop the bleed because the platform has gotten too big. And it's that old idea of a Ponzi, right? Let me find it. Yes, this one is even on Wiki, right? So if you take 6 people, the number of participants that's needed to keep up the Ponzi so that everyone makes money and gets rich continues to get larger the longer that the Ponzi goes on. So, one person is 6, then at second level is 36, coming down to 4th level, 1,000 people are needed. So at the moment, HORDE has, how many players in HORDE? So we had that 40,000, right, which is 6 layers down. That means for the next layer of their Ponzi to be successful, then they will need 270,000 players, right, to feed into the next ones. Then we need 1 million people, 10 million people. Eventually, by layer 13 of the Ponzi, the traditional Ponzi sense, then that is more people than the population of the world, and the whole thing crumbles from the bottom to the top, right? And everything's done. So that's the danger that was happening with HORDE, and they're very smart, right? Because they caught it extremely early. They thought, if we do it now, then we will be able to maintain this. We're going to find ways to plug the holes and also add additional income streams, which means that it can continue to pay out holders in theory. But this is getting higher risk the longer it's going on. Would I recommend you join into HORDE? I'm not sure. I mean, if you like high risk, high reward, then sure, go for it. But this is not financial advice. But you can see the amount of HORDE plots that were being created to date has suddenly, boom, shrunk. Less people are creating HORDE plots, which means that there is less pressure on the system to continue to pay everyone who holds the plots. But a lot of the plots have been reduced. So that's what's happened, right? So if I claimed right now, I would then have some of my plots move into mutation, which would give me half the rewards that they're supposed to give. Yeah, we used to be 0.1 horde per NFT land plot, but now would be 0.05, right? But if any of them have an NFT scene attached to them, then they will continue to pay me 1% daily until they do decay too. The decay is running out in 90 days, which is also very bullish for Horde. That means that if they can hang on for another 90 days, everyone who created these plots here, right, this plot creation around here, these will all start to end, meaning that there'll be less pressure again of having to pay out everyone in Horde token, and it should give a much needed amount of easing off for the LMS, most importantly, right? So that's good. If they can hold on now for these last 3 months, then they will start to get a lot more relief. And with less people creating plots now, that also does give a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel for getting through this rough patch. So I have some of my plots have NFTs on them, like this church or this cabin, and some of them have nothing. So if I claim out from an NFT that has nothing on it, that will be mutated and the rewards will be halved. If I claim out from a plot which doesn't have an NFT on it, that does have an NFT on it, then it will continue to pay me 1% daily. I can then run this for another 117 days, get my 0.1 horde from it every day, and then I can just take the NFT off it and put it onto another plot, right? So that's cool. So it begs the question, do you want to take the risk? Because then you could just start buying up all these NFTs, put them on your plots and keep up your 1% daily, meaning that you're getting a better payout than everyone else. Of course, the kicker is if you come to NFT, you'll see that there are none left. 0 left, 0 left, 0 left. Of course they're sold out because everyone bought them. So what can you do? Well, there are two options. You could just mutate your plots and take the half rewards and just keep selling and try to get your ROI and hope that everything ties together and it works out for you. Horde have done nothing wrong, I don't think. They made the best choices possible for them to try and maintain past this 90-day period so that they could get a bit of relief. They've also brought out the NFTs, which you can continue to buy, the Z NFTs, which you can continue to mint for $400. They will give you a trading bot, which is not linked in anywhere to Horde token, and that can then also feed into their LMS to help supply for future things. They do have play to earn game, which is getting closer, but play to earn games and crypto, you know how I feel about it. It's kind of the carrot and the stick scenario. I don't put too much faith in there, but I have bought a bunch of these as well. I have 6 of them. They don't show up. I don't know why they don't show up, but they don't. But the rewards will start coming from these very soon. This will be further, I think it's on Halloween the rewards start coming for these. It will be a further incentive for people to start buying them because they'll start seeing that they work or if they don't work. So if they do work and they print good passive income from their trading bots, which are linked to the NFTs, then more people will start buying these too. That will also fund the LMS and give them much needed relief. So that's cool. And in addition, you can go on to NFT Trade and you can start buying up these little NFTs because there are a bunch of them, right? So you can just come here, type in Horde. You can get 4 options. You will get the Wasteland NFT, the Church NFT, the Horde Rescue NFT. And if you put in the zombie, then you also get the trading bot ones as well, which haven't come down in price enough for me yet. I'm looking to buy because I think they're going to be able to pull through. Any prices here? 8 Horde on a church plot. No, not worth it, right? Not worth it at all. So the church's 8 is the cheapest. We have price of 6 BNB and 3 BNB for search and rescue. Also quite a high price. That'd be about $600, $700 for that. And the Wasteland, which is the cheapest one to purchase, the price here is 3 BNB on this too. So I'm going to wait for the prices to come down because I don't think they're worth $600 because then you're putting an NFT onto, I paid 2.85 for 2, right? So that's 2.85 each. So the moment, while I wait for these plots to come down in price, what my plan is I'm claiming out of the ones that I've attached NFTs to. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attached with NFTs. And I will just be claiming these. And the rest of them, you can just let your rewards build up 1% a day until the plot dies. It's only 3 months. Why the hell not? So I just let them build up to an almighty amount of Horde token. But that means also, right, they're playing the game of chicken here because if everyone does that, say everyone who's got 90 days left on their plot and they haven't paired it, and they just wait for 90 days, that's going to be 9 Horde token it's going to earn in those days, which is going to be $900. And if everyone doesn't sell, then that means there's going to be a massive, massive hit on the LMS coming from the point where all these plots run out, the plot thickens. So really, I hope I've given you a bit of an overview on what's happening here. In terms of what's happened before, I'm well up in my Horde journey, right? So it's taken 9,000 in profit from these, and my invested without the trading bots is under 9,000, right? So, oh no, because I bought those 2 NFTs, so actually I'm back in the red. So I do need to start claiming. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do. Kind of like a deer in the headlights, just waiting and thinking about what to do. I might claim this and then just start building plots that offer 0.5% instead of 1% and take the 1% from the ones that I have. I might do that. Might be the best way to do it, just to attack, claim, and compound, and also sell out, because we know when these things go down, they go down fast. But can they make it through? I do hope they do. Good luck, Horde. Good luck, guys. I'm behind you. And again, if you have any cheap NFTs, I'll buy those suckers. I'll buy them up.